are recorded. Right on cue. If there are any personal conversations, we ask those be taken outside council chambers so we do not disrupt the meeting. And then there will be, the public is given 2 different times where they will be called upon to come up to the podium and speak. I just ask that you state your name for the record if you do choose to come up and speak. So we'll go ahead and jump right in. So we do have everybody here for a quorum tonight. I will call for any other business items.
I'd like to add that we address the old medical equipment in the back room.
Okay. Anybody else have anything for other business? All right, we'll jump on in. I would entertain a motion for approval of the consent agenda.
I would make a motion we approve the consent agenda.
Second. Moved by Connie and seconded by Jamie. Any discussion? All right, we'll go ahead and call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We'll jump down to department reports. So we'll start with City Hall.
We've just still been working on budget. I do have something that'll be coming out to you guys. Probably in December, we've got our, the AWC is offering scholarships to the students at Toledo High School. So I've been working with them and Katie Gale over at the high school. I'll have these in your packet next week, but basically, once we get some applications, I'm gonna have them in front of council and you guys will pick a candidate for Toledo. And then we'll write a letter and try to get them a $3,000 scholarship. So that's kind of all we've been working on with budget and still lots of archiving old records. That's it.
All right, does anybody have any questions for Rachel? All right, we will move down. We didn't have anything from Public Works this time.
No.
I know they've been helping with budget, so. So we'll jump down to council reports. I do not have anything really to report. So we'll go ahead and jump along. Connie,
Nothing for me.
Eric,
Just working on budget.
Rebecca.
Looking at the code and the comp plan and attended the veterans service at the law. That was really nice.
Kathy,
Nothing.
and Jamie.
I wanted to reach out. We had somebody suggest putting together a group to help out those who can't take care of the yards and stuff. And I don't know who that person was. And so if anybody knows.
That would be,
It-
Vision Toledo was
Yeah.
looking at that. They were concerned about the impression people might have, so if we can get around that, then I think Vision Toledo, who's meeting later in the month, might be somebody to contact about groups like that.
Okay.
All right, so we will jump down into committee reports, and I don't see we have planning commission here tonight. And no one from the park board. So we will go ahead and jump into our public hearings. Our first public hearing will be on the preliminary budget. We will go ahead and open that at 6:03.
That was a go.
I can go louder next time. You've seen me do it. And I know we've all poured over the budget repeatedly. Does anybody from the community have anything that any questions on the budget? Okay, we'll wait our 3 minutes.
We're sick of talking about it.
It's tight, but it's in the black.
And we are nowhere near done talking about the numbers yet.
No.
Still lots more to go.
We're kind of near, aren't we?
Well,
Hopefully.
yeah. Yep. Let me make sure somebody is telling me.
So is this 3 minutes mandatory or do you just like torturing people?
That's
mandatory.
Okay.
I don't like to torture people.
I will say that other councils I've covered, seen public hearings, I'm pretty sure more than 3 minutes.
You do like.
How many of them?
Ah.
And we're currently holding the water sewer rate,
Correct.
and you think we're gonna be able to continue to hold it. So, no increase. Which is good. It's 3 minutes.
She's got the timer.
6:03, now 6:06.
I know. I must have started right at the end of the.
Theme from Jeopardy. Oh.
All right, so we'll go ahead and close the public hearing on the preliminary budget at 6:06. And we will go ahead and jump in to the next public hearing, which is on the property levy tax. We'll open that at 6:06. And we,
taking that tax?
no, we are not. We are trying our best to not put any more pressure on the citizens. There's enough outside stressors that's one thing that they need to be worried about. We'll continue to try and do that as long as we can, where we will not be raising that.
So that would be an additional tax on our property taxes that we're voting on, not.
Yeah, if only we could control the state and the county.
Yes. Yeah, it doesn't do any good to tax people out of their houses when everything else is rising.
Doesn't the city's expenses go up?
They do. We are, again, like Derek said, we are still in the black. We're finding revenue where we can so that we don't have to raise the taxes. It will eventually happen where we're gonna have to, but we're trying to hold off on that while keeping the city in the black as long as we can.
The amount of money that we actually get, really is not sufficient for what the residents will be paying. So it's not a huge income for the city, but it's a huge hit for the residents.
But if you don't raise the levy, and you add more houses in the city, the property tax goes down in the city.
We're banking it.
So
Yeah, we're
We're
banking it.
banking it.
I understand that. So that means in the future, somehow, somebody's gonna have to compensate for that. And everything you banked is gonna hit them all at once. And I don't think that's a wise move.
We don't have to pull it all at once either.
You don't, but it's gonna have to happen.
Eventually, we can,
Get to that point where it rolls over enough, you'll have to do that,
right,
so.
we're just not
Has
there
anybody
yet.
had a calculator just show people how much their tax would increase? If you say increased it by 1%?
Yeah, it's all online. We
It's
posted,
where?
I think we posted all of it online. It should be there. I can email it over to you at the end of the meeting.
Cause I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll send it over to you.
Do you get out of the property taxes in town?
Right now, I don't know what percentage it is.
Point
It's,
eight,
is it,
0.085.
yeah,
What does that net to if you were actually to take it?
I say that should.
If we were to take 1%, it's
like less than
like,
$1,000.
it's like $800.
Yeah.
All in. And it was 750 last year that we held.
Scare me.
Okay, just after alarms. Does anybody have anything else? for us?
Actually, so when what's it called?
Councilman?
Cowles Meadows. When Cowles Meadows goes in, we generate another 90 some odd homes to the denominator, right? So the revenue will go up without having to tax the current residents more.
But you're counting on it going in.
Not counting on that. The city's actually doing fine in the black. We've done things the last couple of years to make more revenue. And not revenue on the, as a tax burden on the residents.
Oh, that's the sales tax percentage. And how much you taking in on that?
9.8, we've taken as much as we can.
Yeah, we take what we can, because if we don't, then the county will just keep it.
Some of your sales tax that you probably got in is from, Toledo Hotel on their expansion in Winlock.
We don't have that yet. We're not getting tax revenue on the annexation yet. They hold off for an entire year plus.
He's talking about
Let me
the,
finish, let me finish.
Okay,
Let me
sorry,
finish, please, sir.
sorry.
That's what you say to me. So,
Okay,
anyway, it ran all the businesses $25 million that they got for doing that over in Winlock. It's been all run through Toledo and it's all been paid.
it went to Winlock, I believe.
No,
But if the work was done in Winlock, then it would have been done in Winlock. I went back and checked on it after I had talked to you. Nothing, and again, we don't see who pays what taxes, so I don't know, this business paid this amount of taxes for the year. But our taxes have increased steadily the same percentage every year for the last 5 years since COVID. So unless we've not received those taxes yet, then they went to Winlock. I did look into it, and work done in Winlock is gonna get paid to Winlock. So,
everything came through Toledo.
but the work was done in Winlock.
It's where it's delivered.
I understand that. I understand that.
So if you buy online
The labor
products that
not
gets
taxed.
delivered in Toledo, then we get that sales tax, cause it was delivered here, even if it's.
The
from another
labor's
state.
not taxed.
I'm not talking about labor.
The merchandise they purchased to do the work is taxed.
Okay, well, then it's something that we haven't seen yet.
That should be in this zip code, because they're in this zip code. You know, I don't know how it worked, because I don't remember exactly how or when you annexed them. Was it this year or last year?
it was
It
last
was
year.
last year.
So anything this year, that tax should come through the city.
Right, we haven't seen it yet.
We don't get their tax revenue until next
Oh.
year. They get an entire year.
Really?
Yeah.
And unless they've
I didn't mean to
applied
talk over
for,
you. Yeah.
well, and unless
Thought
they,
we were an act.
I don't know that they've applied for their city endorsement business license either. That's something that might have held it up as well.
Yeah, I'll see Brandon on Friday, so
Yeah,
I'll ask him.
yeah, I talked to Brandon, he said that he is not aware that it came through them, but,
Yeah.
Do you have another revenue we have gotten this year from the directional drilling? You know how
I don't know.
Okay, well, I can't spit out that. We made pretty good revenue on actually charging people for the water that they use there. So, I mean, it's not directly, but you know,
It's
those
like 10
contractors.
grand.
Yeah, you know, those contractors are charging for having to do that, but then when we give it to them for free. So that's kind of like the things we've done that aren't in the form of taxing the residents, you know, that's 10 grand there versus 800.
Well, he was trying to do a good thing for Toledo.
Yeah,
I
and we
think
might-
it'll turn out great for us.
Yeah, it might just
Yeah.
take a couple months for us to actually see that revenue. I don't know when the sales pack taxes are paid, if he's paying them quarterly, if he's paying them monthly, so it might not be something we see right away. So,
Anybody have anything else before we close the public hearing? Okay, we'll close the public hearing on the property levy tax at 6:14.
Next time people talk.
All right, so we do have a special presentation tonight from the Lewis County Solid Waste.
That'd be me. You want me to stand up here and block
Yes.
everybody's view?
Yes, please.
All right. Okay. I have a handout. It's gonna make it real quick. If you guys would like a handout, anybody in here?
You are?
Yes. have you-
Sorry. My name is Rocky Lyon. I'm the solid waste manager for Lewis County. And I'm here just to give you a quick update. We have I know you were talking about comprehensive plans. Obviously, we have to do those as well. So Lewis County Solid Waste started our comprehensive updates. It's been a long time coming with a lot of changes and then some other things. Shut it down due to COVID and other stuff like that. Anybody else like one? That's just kind of a quick little bullet point. I'll be going to all of the cities. I have Mossy Rock on Wednesday. Anybody else? Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go straight through with just this. These are the highlights. So basically, the solid waste plan directs us in order to continue with disposal and hauling of any solid waste, hazardous waste, those types of things. That RCW that's listed in here is a state requirement, and we have to follow that rule. So every 5 years, we're supposed to update them, but like I had said, the last plan didn't get completed. And then there was a bunch of other changes in COVID, and you know, I don't like to use that excuse, but that is the honest truth. So where we're at now is the last update of 2017 with all the interlocal agreements between all the cities. All of the cities, that's the reason I have to come here to do the council, and you guys have to approve it by resolution in order for us to get it completely passed off by the state. Once I get this completed through everything and I get it to the state and the state signs off, we continue getting grant funding. So you kind of hold it over our head that if we don't continue to do this plan, that we can't get grant funding. And that's how we generate a lot of revenue to assist with specifics within the community center. We've done recycling events for Toledo in the spring and the fall, both. We do them for all of the cities and all of the residents across Lewis County. And that's basically where we get all of our revenue from for that specific purpose for recycling. It was approved in 24 preliminary draft. We sent it off to Ecology. They take their 120 days to review it. They send it back. After that, we have the final draft. We had it reviewed, our solid waste advisory committee. And I also did bring a packet for that. I'm just gonna throw a quick punch in there. If anybody's interested in trash, solid waste. We have 4 vacancies on our solid waste advisory committee. And that's made up of citizens, officials, whoever throughout Lewis County. And we are, like I said, looking for form members. We did get our comments back from Ecology in May, and then our plan was officially completed, I guess, in August. Where we're at now is the delayed response of having to get it out to all the cities, have them review it. And basically what it does is that plan is about 200 pages. There's a lot of information in there, kind of giving us an idea of growth of where we'd like to go in the next years. We went up to 2030 for this one, and after 2030, our plan is to potentially build a new transfer station. We didn't have all of it in place in order to start it prior to 25 to 30, that time frame. So we're working with consultants over the next 5 years to implement a plan, develop, and potentially go out to purchase more property and build a new transfer station. Our hopes would be to make it more South County, and we have a 3rd transfer station to alleviate some of the stressors off of the old infrastructure that we have in place now. We were also able to include all the countywide organics and recycling. So now everyone in Lewis County can get a recycling can at their house. And also we finished an ordinance for organics recycling, and there's a new facility being built. It's still in the permitting process that will generate up to 300,000 tons of organic material, and that will go out of the old coal area. And that's owned by Waste Connections or LeMay. And they were hoping it would be done in 2026. It's looking like more like 27. But other than that, I do encourage anybody that's interested to try to reach out on our website if you have any questions specifically. But again, it's just another requirement, plans and things like that. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. I'll answer the best I can. Otherwise, my phone, call me, email me, whatever. I'll hear. But I don't.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
What is your contact information?
I will give everyone my contact information. Unfortunately, I did run out of business cards, so I didn't have any to bring with me. I don't know that the girls take them and they put them in the scale house, and when anybody comes and they just hand them out, I'm like, oh, they left. But if you'd like to write my name, so it's Rocky, ROCKY, last name is Lyon, LYON.
Okay.
And my email address is that rocky.lyon, LYON at lewiscountywa.gov. And my desk phone is 360-740-1403. And that transfers to my cell when I'm out. Also, I do have that. Feel free to call me at any point.
And would you?
The website is Lewis County.
lewiscountylaw.gov. Yep, and then all of these specific items are listed there. Within the process, we put it out, all the libraries around have a copy of it. So it is there and accessible if you would like to read some really not,
Riveting.
yeah, not upsetting stuff.
Yeah.
Would you repeat your phone number again, please?
Yes, 360-740-1403.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And you didn't have copies of the 2017 document that we could look over and compare to.
Certainly.
Yeah, they sent us the 2008. So
Yeah.
they said that was the last one that they had. So
2008 was the last formally adopted one.
Right.
And they were trying to re-up it and have it finalized for 2017. And 2017, most of the numbers that made it to that point, they didn't actually sign one like we're planning to do for 2025. So the most updated plan is 2008. But yes, we do have all the edited versions, red lines, the stuff we sent back and forth. Not a lot of real changes in the specifics. I mean, it was main thing is just updating forecasting, tonnages, population, growth, those types of things, but it didn't really change any of the operational ways. But and like I said, also here's just a quick little blurb on the Solid Waste Advisory Committee, and I'm happy to leave like a couple of these there, or you can reach out to me if you like. So,
Rocky, any startling changes from the last plan to this plan?
absolutely not. The only updates are so there's 13 new state mandates, and there's the main one is the organics recycling, organics and food. And those we had to follow specifically because they're stating that we have to reduce organics, disposal and because of landfill and the thing emissions. And so that's why they're building these facilities to process organics and things like that. And that is that was the biggest
Outside town.
outside, yeah, everywhere, yeah. Part, so, but yeah, all businesses will be required to recycle. It's really interesting to see when they actually implement it. The state likes to do things where they demand and say you have to do this by this date.
For the horse.
Yes, exactly. And then they don't help, we call those unfunded mandates. Nothing happens regularly. So, and solid waste is generally the one that gets the brunt of that, unfortunately. So a lot of regulations that aren't funded by anything. And so then we have to increase prices on people, that just trying to do the right thing. And unfortunately, that's that. So, but any other questions?
No, I'll recycle this one.
All right, I like
You can
that.
use
There
it.
you go.
here, I just need a copy of the updated agreement then, if you could email that to me. You said it's the 2017 that's got all the red lines and everything in it.
There we go. Anything else?
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Yeah.
All right, so we will jump down to next one, which is public comment on our agenda item.
Hi, Wheeler, just want to say a big fan of Civics Plus. One of my biggest frustrations with council is scrolling back and forth right now, so that would be helpful.
Yeah.
Civics.
Civics Plus, he likes it.
Okay, so we will go ahead and jump down into new business. So the first one up is the resolution 339A, which is the Lewis County Solid Waste. It's a resolution of the city of Toledo adopting the Lewis County Solid and Hazardous Waste Management Plan update dated October 2025.
I would make a motion that we table it till we can see the most current document.
Do you have the new one that was proposed, the 3 parts?
No, and I might have missed it, but the only thing that I had was the resolution in the email, I believe.
Oh. Well, yeah, I do have the complete. It'll come in 3 parts. And you wrote your email on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll come in 3 parts and then I'll send the red line.
Perfect. I can get it on the December 1st agenda.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah, would you like me to come back to that or is that something that?
No.
you guys send?
Yeah, we can. Unless you guys want them to come back for questions.
I'm okay as long as I can read it. See
See all
what's
the
in there.
changes, yeah. Okay, so we will go ahead and table, resolution 339A to December. First. Okay. So we'll move next. For ordinance 831A, or no, sorry, 831. So it's an ordinance of the city of Toledo, Washington, amending ordinance number 816 to revise water usage limits for the reduced water rate program for low-income residents, repealing section 3, item 3, providing for severability and establishing an effective date. Entertain a motion.
I make a motion, we accept ordinance number 831.
I'll second that.
Been moved by Jamie and seconded by Kathy. I'll go ahead and open it up for discussion. If anybody has any discussion?
I think it's a good move.
You were gonna try to get an average rather than a,
Yeah, it says in there the average, 12-month average,
and so,
3,000.
so you'll process that at the beginning of every year or?
Yep.
All right, if there is no other questions or comments, we will go ahead and call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next up is the El Tejano liquor license renewal. I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion, we accept the liquor license renewal for El Tejano.
I'll second
I think Tawny beat you. Then moved by Rebecca and seconded by Tawny. Is there any questions or discussion? All right, I will go ahead and call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. So we'll go ahead and move down to the next one, which is ordinance number 830. The property tax levy. Whereas the city of Toledo, Washington has met and considered its budget for the 2026 year.
I'll make a motion, we accept ordinance resolution number 830.
I'll second.
Moved by Rebecca and seconded by Jamie. We'll open that up for discussion. If you guys have anything. All right, I'll go ahead and call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next up is the Lewis County Jail contract renewal for 2026.
I'll make a motion, we accept the Lewis County Jail contract renewal for 2026.
I'll second.
Moved by Rebecca and seconded by Connie. Do we have any discussion on this one?
I just want to clarify, this is in case we can't use the Chehalis Tribe facilities, then we would go to Lewis County
So we'll be using Lewis, yeah,
For the
Lewis County.
short-term stay.
Yeah,
for the short-term stuff.
Yeah, our long-term stays will go to the tribal.
it's gotta be ordered by the judge, but
How much of an increase is this?
it's in the contract.
Yeah.
Is there a monthly charge or
No.
just?
Per night,
Well, I see the dollars.
Yeah.
how about-
114.06 a night.
That's what it has been.
It went up a little bit.
But it was like something, $6 and something.
Yeah, 106 or something like that.
Yeah.
Great.
Anybody else have anything before I call for the vote? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next up is the water leak request for the Buzzwells.
We didn't have a number in there.
390, it's over in the
Oh,
front.
What?
It's on the front, first page, the water leak request. I could have done a better job at making a note of what that actually was.
Batch
Need a
underneath.
second batch?
The overage
I'm
amount.
like, I know.
Yeah,
So, you know, where the water.
It's right here.
Scroll down.
I got
Oh,
it.
I was like, I know it's there somewhere.
We're
Yeah,
refi-
I got down to the
Scroll down.
receipts and then.
Yeah, we're redoing this form, so where it'll be,
Have a line.
it'll say what the average, yeah, it'll be a little easier to read.
And I know we do have the residents here as well. If you have
And
questions.
maybe a box up in the corner where you can put that 390, so it
Yep.
sticks out.
Yep.
I still don't
So I'll
feel-
make a motion that we accept the, water leak request for Katrina Butler. And now we can, if somebody will second it, then we can discuss it.
I'll second that.
Moved by Rebecca and seconded by Tony, so we'll open that for discussion.
You're able actually to do a little talking, so you know what you're actually gonna be making a motion on, so it's okay. I know it was kind of like we can't say a word in the bill, yes, but it's not quite so.
So what's the first page is how much the bill was, the one that's by itself, and then below that.
Yeah.
The 4 pages additional is
The paperwork to go with
the
it,
go with it.
yeah.
Okay.
So you're basically saying their averages, they're never over.
They're never over, yeah. This was a leak and it was, I believe the neighbors still have toward the.
It was a combination
Yeah.
of things.
Yeah.
So my sister and I were trading houses, so moving into partially full houses and then she was gone, so I stayed at my parents' house and wasn't at the house. So we had a leak, thankfully had the water shut off. While we were waiting for the house to dry out underneath and have it fixed. In the meantime, the neighbor put a post hole, like an auger like this, right through our water main. So when we had the water turned back on to check the leak,
It was like
the plumber's like, we have no water in that house.
gushing.
And they turn it on by Betty's, like, it's a distance to, and so we had to call and he shut it off and we went, and then my heart, my heart just sunk. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, it's worse than it already is. Actually, we were quite lucky that the water was shut off at the time that the water main
Yeah.
happened, so then we had to have that fixed. And then I didn't file right away because I kind of have anticipated that there would be more damage done by the neighbor, so that is the reason for the late submission, but, yeah. It could have been much worse.
I'm just impressed that you got work under your house done with the copper pipe and it was only $475 all in.
It's about 1,000.
Okay.
I'm missing, I was seeing, and that was another reason too,
Oh.
but all in all, yes. And that was not counting the 500 that the neighbor paid for to have the water main repaired, so it did add up pretty, but yes.
Yeah.
We have a very nice, very fair plumber who was like, you need the whole house. Yeah, no.
Baby steps,
Yeah.
baby steps.
It's Toledo.
But yeah, she has everything needed for
Yeah.
it.
Does anybody have any other questions for her before we call for vote?
I want that plumber's name.
Yeah.
He would be very happy that I do it too. Mr. Choose.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. Next up is the Civic Plus contract, and I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we implement the proposal, for Civic Plus for the city's website.
Can we get a second?
I'll second that.
Moved by Rebecca and seconded by Kathy, and we will open it up for discussion.
Okay, so I was trying to ask you about, it has it so that people can, we can generate buckets. Like, I'm interested in city council, and so when instead of like right now, we get an email sent to us or that's BCC to all of us, so we don't talk to each other, that says the packet's ready, but instead we could subscribe to that. And so anybody out there that's interested in the city council meeting will be told then when the packet is, when we are told.
Right, and you can subscribe to everything, so when we post anything, we'll be doing a lot more on the website. We can say, events, and then I'm not really sure how the minutes work, but there's a way to do minutes in it that those get approved through the website. To where all of our minutes are just automatically in there and it's. laid
And you'll
out.
be interacting anyway because resolutions and ordinances need to go to Civic Plus as part of our.
Correct.
being our-
So we did get a discount on this because they're already doing some of our, I think it's like quarterly, they jump in and make sure everything's updated on our end, but this just makes it a lot easier. They're taking care of everything anyways, and it's ADA compliant, which we have to have done by 2027. And so jumping into it now, we're gonna have to do it eventually anyways.
So we could have I wanna subscribe to the water bills due in a week. Right, and then
Yep.
you'll be able to create, here's all the things you can subscribe to, and you sign up and it'll just send you text.
Yes, text or an email.
Text or email.
So I did. Yep. Go ahead.
Is this a software program?
It's a SaaS program, yeah. It's software as a service.
So does it integrate into your existing website? Or is it a separate
Replacing it.
It would replace the current one that we
just a
have.
replacement for what you have now?
Mhm.
And that's run through who?
Through us. Well, it's through Civic Plus, but they would be helping us.
The people that did our
Have to purchase the
codification,
Software or lease? the
it's a license. SaaS, yeah. So software as a service license, and they're the people who did our codification.
So we
software?
work.
Say again?
They're the people who have done our codification, and we have an ongoing contract with them that they'll be updating it quarterly. Is it quarterly?
I think it's
So when we
quarterly.
have a new ordinance come out, it'll get rolled right into our code pretty immediately, rather than every 15 years.
And I had a question on I know that the discount, is that the 3908 is with our discount? Since it was the initial was 55,
Yep, and so
Okay.
it's,
so is it a good drop then?
yeah.
Okay.
So it's like 32
$32.58 a year.
a year.
And with a 5% increase baked in.
2 years.
Yeah.
That's it in year 2, so I'm assuming they're
Yep.
5% a year.
Is this like Vision, where you could buy modules of stuff?
Exactly.
And I work. Does anybody else have any questions on the contract?
So is any of our other stuff then gonna roll into this? Are we drawing other things into this, or is this separate from the other things that we already have?
For as far as what?
At the iWorks or the Vision?
iWorks is separate Vision, so we'll put Doxo in there so everyone can pay on Doxo. We'll integrate Firefly in there. So it's just replacing the current website. It makes it ADA compliant.
So you talked about shutting down our email.
No, what I said was we have to pay per email. So people that are not using their emails, we are able to have them subscribe through the website and it will text you, hey, your agenda packet's ready. There's a lot of members that do use their emails, but we will be paying per email per person per year. So I know for a fact, most of Park Board probably hasn't ever logged into their email address. So going on to the website and just subscribing that you want Park Board notifications eliminates that. If you're on council and you use your email, great. If not, then we can subscribe you other ways.
Okay, because there's a lot of auditor stuff that comes through there.
Yep, we've checked all that.
And that would come through this,
Through what?
through this thing, this notification thing.
No, if you use your email for other things, you're welcome to keep your email. But if you're not using your email
Oh.
at all for council stuff, then it doesn't make sense to pay for it. Again, I know Park Board. I think the chair is probably gonna want an email address, but the Park Board members don't really check their emails. There's other, we have Homebase, which we use for our timesheets, and it has a messaging app in it that we could add people into that if they wanted to message the city. That's all downloaded and saved for public records anyways. So.
Were you saying the citizens can subscribe to the city website and they'll get notifications pushed to them depending on what they're interested in?
Correct.
So if you just want the council agenda, it'll push that to you.
Yep, and you can sign up through your email or through your phone number. So you can get an email or a text message or both if you wanted. Or if you were interested in Park Board or planning, then you just subscribe to those certain topics.
Kyle, have you used this as a subscriber?
Napavine uses it, if you get a chance to just pop over to Napavine's website right now.
Right.
And I think part of what might be missing here too is you're paying for the service of them rebuilding you a whole new website in the process too.
Yeah.
But I think that's really helpful too, where it might eliminate a lot of your administrative stuff, where it's like, I don't have to keep track of all the emails for the park.
Right.
It's like when you're on the park board, you just go and subscribe to the park board emails. And then I just send the park board email and it goes to everybody that needs to, and nobody that doesn't want it doesn't get it.
Right, and our forms will be built in, so if you're wanting to do a tier change, instead of having to come in or download it onto your computer and fill it out and somehow email it back to us, the form is built in. So you're online, you fill out the form online, you electronically sign it and it emails it to us, so there's no paper happening. Again, just eliminating the, a lot of work on the resident side. All of our permits, everything can be in it.
Toledo, coming on 4 years ago, became wide open. We went from sitting in, went from sitting out in the audience, wondering what the heck they're talking about on the green sheet, mayor of the green sheet. I mean, I would just hear that at every meeting. And we changed all that. Our entire packet is available for everybody to see as of like Thursday or Friday of the week before. And at the time, we couldn't afford what's going to be $3,500 a year or so. We couldn't afford that. So the city can afford that now, and it's better for the residents. So it's kind of part of the whole moving forward thing.
Yeah.
I just really hope we get to stay completely as wide open as we've been.
And I think it'll help a lot too with the citizens that are needing to apply for stuff. If they
Yeah.
can't make it here, they get off work late or whatever, they're not able to get here. They can literally, again, like Rachel said, you fill it out, you e-sign it, and it sends it straight to them. It's gonna expedite processes on a lot of things, which I think will help the citizens a lot.
So will this go into effect? So they'll be building a new website for us to incorporate all this stuff into it. So once we approve this, they start the work and then it hits live.
We're hoping-
January 1.
We're hoping the first week of January. They said 8 to 10 weeks. Caitlin is pretty good with website stuff. She's learning a lot of it too, but she likes all that, so she'll be working on that. She'll be managing it
And that brings us into compliance for all kinds of things.
for everything. Yeah.
Yes, Joe.
So is this just for the city? Or is this something available to the fire department, the school district? Any other quasi county agency, city agency, whatever?
Many cities use it. It's Civic Plus. It's
Yeah.
it's what they do for a living.
But the fire department would have to purchase. the-
Their own,
yeah.
yeah, they wouldn't be roped in under ours.
They can't tag onto yours, but they could get the same service
Yes,
to do the same thing.
Yes.
absolutely.
And the school district could do the same?
Yep, it just wouldn't be off of our website, but yeah, they could definitely purchase this, I believe, even,
Yeah, Winlock's doing theirs right now, I believe. They're
They
just
have-
building theirs.
I just didn't know about the school district.
Yeah,
Okay. Before I call for the vote, does anybody have anything else on this? All right, all those in favor? Opposed? All right, motion carried.
Joe, that's civicplus.com. I've got a whole products and solutions and what they do.
Yeah, they do permitting, they do all kinds of stuff.
All right, so no unfinished business tonight, so we'll go ahead and jump into other business. The first one up is the trees at the park. The only thing I did not see on there that I was hoping to, I know they list out kind of what they're planning to put, so I think just getting kind of clarification on what trees they're putting where would be helpful.
They have a mark, so is this where
That's
they're
where they-
putting trees?
Yeah, I just don't know which ones are going where.
There's no context. There's just a picture, so I don't know where.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't
the
know
same
if this
thing.
was-
I'm like, where are you putting a
Yeah.
poplar tree and
Yes,
the?
So Joe came to Park Board and was asking if she could plant trees, and I knew with some of the restrictions coming in on the Oregon oak or
Pine or
whatever. So she's got starts done and she's wanting to plant trees. She's took it to Park Board. She wanted me to take it to planning. I don't really think we need to take it to planning, but this is, this is where she wants to plant the trees. I don't know that it necessarily needed to come here, but
Sure it does.
yeah,
No.
I didn't know
Or-
if there was any like issues
But
with.
some of these might be pertinent if like, especially on the fence lines, if any of these are prone
Right.
to blow over, it's gonna wipe out our fence, so that
Yeah.
is something that we're gonna have.
I'm
to
sure she'll
consider.
plant them away from
That's
there.
the root
Yeah,
problem.
Yeah,
So it's just where the X's are.
yeah, I know they're.
So I just wanted to
mainly
make
in
sure
the
you guys
front.
didn't have any like qualms about her planting a bunch of trees.
Not a bunch, but I mean, we did take care of all the dangerous trees,
Yeah.
so I think planting some new ones and
Yeah.
hoping that the deer don't.
It looks like
Eat
most of
them
them are
all.
in that bag, in the bag
Yeah,
corner lot where there's not a lot of trees. Along
Yeah.
the farm side of it.
exactly.
So it doesn't even really
Okay.
need a vote. I just
No.
want to make sure that you guys are good with. Let me,
Yeah. All right, yeah, she's good to plant that whole part out. The other business is to discuss the old medical equipment that's in the back of City Hall. I don't know, Connie.
So it's my understanding that the wheelchairs and the walkers and the canes and the crutches and all that stuff has been donated to us. Did we used to have a system to,
I don't
Yeah,
know.
we
Yeah.
used to have a system where people could check it out.
but they were donated to us and they're just sitting back there with nobody using?
Yeah.
Can we maybe reach out to the senior center and see if they would like to have use of that stuff?
Have you seen
Nobody
anybody
did that?
use it? Cause in 22, somebody came in and I think it was a shower seat that they were checked out from us. But I don't think it's not something we,
Do
Does anybody
often.
know that we have that? I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying, it's not something.
I definitely think with the senior center.
That'd be something you could add to the new website. Check out medical
Yeah.
equipment services,
Yeah,
so people come to visit. They break an ankle or something, need a wheelchair, they can check it out from the city.
I mean,
Just-
The
so-
senior center wants to handle one or the other?
yeah, cause I think even having the senior center having it too would be another. Option, since I know a lot of the community is aging, and I know a lot of them visit the senior center, so. But yeah, if we,
Do they have a store?
yeah, that's what, it would just be, we just need to go over and ask them if they're even interested. If they're not, then yeah, putting it on the website so they can check it out through there.
That's something the city would wanna manage, like, the upkeep and cleanliness of them.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
that's
that's
exactly-
why I'm seeing if the senior center can take
Conditions,
them.
everything.
Yeah.
Right now.
Cause it's
Well,
just
and
been
the other
sitting.
thing is, if you know any handyman that would want to go look at it, and see if they're in working order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just, right now, they're currently just sitting, they're not doing anybody any good, and we know that there's people out there that could use them, or, you know. So it's just getting them into the hands of somebody who actually does need them, so that's kind of why we thought maybe the senior center would have a lead on that. So, but yeah, we can definitely, reach out to the senior center and see if that's something they're even interested in before we do anything further.
Not maybe the schools.
I don't know if the schools would take, I don't know if they would,
Valley View.
maybe. So we could-
Because it's my understanding that I was told anyway, that there's no place in Lewis County anymore that you rent medical equipment like that. And I was kind of flabbergasted at that, because I know years ago Halls used to, and they've been out of business for who knows how long. But I don't know.
I think
visiting
Visiting
nurses-
nurses, but it's usually a limited supply.
But that might be something too.
So
because-
maybe visiting nurses then
Yeah.
instead.
Cause if we do keep it, we'd have to make sure it's
Clean,
serviceable, it's a
yeah.
liability issue.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't have staff for that. Not
No,
something.
And
that
it's
we
not-
would Be a part of.
it's been back there, like it's not being utilized, so it needs to get into the hands of people who can actually use it. So we can reach out to the senior center first and then look at other options if they're not interested, so that we can get it to people who need it. Somebody's on funny. No, somebody's car. Okay.
We'll get them down.
So with that being said, we'll open up for public input on anything.
Nothing noise ordinance related.
No ordinance, no noise ordinance.
Kyle Wheeler, Peter Quake Pro, the maintenance folks. From what I remember, Vision Toledo kind of handled a lot of that off to Brian Dennis with Common Ground. So they are usually the ones that jump in with all the shears and other stuff, and you might need the best one to contact for that. And then I think it was the last park board you mentioned, still kind of trying to work on getting the alleyway officially designated, and I just wanted to thank you for keeping that in mind.
Yes.
Thank you.
And so did you want to spearhead that contact with Brian Dennis?
I'd get you in
Yes,
contact with Brian.
possibly.
Hi, my name's Dan Gorton, Bonanza Barbecue. I heard on the last planning commission that they were gonna turn First Avenue into mixed use or mixed service or whatever it was. And I don't see why there wouldn't be any reason to come down, if they're coming all the way down First, why they couldn't come over to our place and make our place mixed service, mixed use. I just want to get on, if we can get it done this year, what we gotta do to do that. So.
And I think that is. I think, you've already gone to planning commission on it, right?
Couple times,
Okay,
yeah. Well, we were in it once already,
yeah,
before I had my heart attack and heart stroke, heart surgery. So, then they took it away from us, so I still own the business, I still own the land, I still own everything. So,
okay.
I mean, it just seemed like it's,
And-
been ridiculous what we've been trying to fight here. We've had a couple parties there, but they were for Young Life for 18 kids to go to camp. Another one was for a young kid that wanted to be a minister. And we raised money to do that. That's 2 parties that we had at our place.
Mm.
Your planning commissioner guy said we wanted to open up a restaurant there. It's bullshit. We've never planned to open up a restaurant. I would have stayed over at the other place.
Yeah.
And you
So-
still have your conditional use
Mhm.
permit in
Yes,
effect.
yeah. And I just wanted some mixed service, so Alicia can do pickup. Our pickup hours are every half hour we have a car come.
Mm.
It's been that way since we started. So we wouldn't have traffic. Okay, so
Less traffic than the
Yeah.
schools and.
gonna be a lot less traffic than the 5 new homes that we put in over there, or 8 new homes over there, I'll tell you that, so.
Do you mind if I give a comment on that real quick as well? I talked to Todd pretty extensively back and forth, particularly about Dan's situation. Todd mentioned to me at the last meeting that the last time it went through planning commission, the only reason that they had to kind of deny it was that the owner had not requested it this round. So he does have the meeting on December 15th is kind of, Todd has explained to me that it's much easier for you guys to do it now as part of the comp plan, whatever be.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I told him to definitely come tonight, but then to come back for the public hearing on that.
that's all I'm doing, bringing.
And it doesn't meet our code too, it's that one stipulation that he's talking about, that doesn't meet our code, so it'd have to go through planning and then get through council, which we could totally attempt to do, I'm not saying to
But
not,
Yeah.
They'd have to rework what that mixed use was, because right now it's a waterfront mixed use.
right, it's waterfront mixed use, yeah. So you do have a couple options, Dan, but I would definitely, come back for the comp plan. 6 o'clock, the second meeting in December, so it's the 15th, I want to, okay,
Yeah.
The 15th, I talked to Todd today.
yeah,
That's a public hearing.
yeah, it's the public hearing.
Yeah, Todd will be here.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Instead of doing a public hearing, could we do an open house? And invite the public to come and review the comp plan?
Comp plan's online,
I understand that, but how many people go to the website to get that? It's just like the fire station needs assessment is online. But if you ask people that they know they're gonna spend up to $35 million on a new fire station, they don't understand that.
yeah, it's here too, if anyone wants to come see it, we can have it here for review.
Or email.
Request you do an open house at least once, if not twice, and invite the school and the fire district. Number present as well, so they can see the whole comp plan and how it affects the fire stations. And the school district, because your proposal for the comp plan is in a 100-year floodplain. And nowhere have we seen a GIS simulation for the dams breaking, what it will do to the city here, let alone Mossy Rock, Castle Rock, Kelso, Longview. They're all gonna be affected, including Baker, actually. We've asked the commissioner, and he said the data's out there. Well, the only data out there is a 100-year flood plan and the 500-year flood plan. My personal opinion is we need to have a third lane on Clemondon and make it the new main street. Save Old Town and build on the hill. And not put the fire station at Toledo Tap. I believe it needs to go up the corner of Jackson Highway 505 and Clemondon on the south side, and a new city hall just on the other side of Clemondon between eBay Road and there. Because what's the city gonna look like if you drive into town from 505 and you see a truck depot right there? Cause that's what's on the corner, is a trucking company. I just think the whole thing is nonsensical to me. I've been doing these meetings for 35 years. Hundreds and hundreds of council meetings, planning commission meetings, citizens advisory groups, critical view meetings, et cetera, et cetera. I've got a different plan, which I think beats everything that you guys discussed on December 28th and 23 at the Grange out there, when you said, this is what we want to see from the city. But I don't see this current comp plan reflecting any of that. So I would like to have the discussion.
And we
We don't have time.
we
for
don't have time between now and when we have the public hearing to try and cram in with budget and everything else, getting more of those public hearings. Again, we do have it available online. If people want it, we can email them the comp plan for them to look at. We can, if they want to come up and look at it, they're more than welcome to. If an independent group wants to hold those, we can, but the city doesn't have the ability to get that done in any time frame.
I put it out on the City of Toledo webpage too, when it was in planning,
Yeah,
so people should be aware of it, and it was posted in the Chronicle.
Well, another point is that we don't determine where the fire department.
No, we don't.
builds.
so that's 100% on them.
Well, the Economic Alliance is involved in all this too. And they have a big say in this, but they won't tell you what the plan is because they don't have to. Private entity, even though they're quasi-public because the county commissioners created that thing. So very frustrating to see what happens. I know from experience, we're saying roughly 2,500 people here in Toledo. It's gonna be 5,000 to 7,000. And people aren't understanding that. And I only say that from, like I said, 35 years of experience. So I'm very concerned with this comp plan. And I've been asking for a master plan for several years prior to most of you people being on the council. Or even being here, quite frankly, some of them. So.
Is there any other public input tonight? Right, we'll move on. No executive session, so I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Moved by Eric, seconded by both Jamie and Kathy.